Hey everyone, Ben here in the brand new Super Formula Lights car at Road America on iRacing. And ladies and gentlemen, iRacing are on to a winner here. It's a more modern, slightly quicker Formula 3 style experience and it feels phenomenal. The question is, as sim racers rush to try it out, will the racing and the driving standards match up? Let's find out. Right then, here we go, we're on the grid, we've qualified P11, but it was super tight in qualifying, another tenth of a second, and we'd have been in P6. The red lights are on, we're about to get underway, and yes, there we go, we're off. And now the question is, can we survive lap 1? I've got no idea, really, what this car is going to feel like in racing conditions with cold tyres and with a full track of other drivers. This is my first race in the series. How will we get on? Well, we've managed to get through T1. It looks like everybody managed to get through T1, but there's a tiny bit of contact up ahead between Timothy Roman and Morandi up ahead there. I had to get out of the gas just in case they came together. That has allowed Christopher Lees around my outside there. I decided to play it nice and calm through the corner there just because I don't want to get collected in these early stages. It's a 20-minute race. There's plenty of time to regain positions as we come into the very tight left-hander. There's a driver off to the right-hand side there. You could see cars behind me piling in. Thankfully, no contact, and once again, we're through safely. We're holding P11 here, despite having lost a couple of positions off the start. We've made them back up as other drivers have made mistakes. We've got Sergio Lopez behind, Christopher Lees up ahead as we come through the left-hander once again. And as I say, just trying to get a sense of how much grip are in these tyres in the early stages here as we come through the carousel, and I'm gonna find out that we don't have enough grip. I carry too much speed, I understeer out onto the grass verge. Not only has that cost me a couple of positions straight away, but as Brad Coates comes flying past, he's followed by Stefan Horman, as unfortunately I've got no speed down the back straight. Joshua Viegas through as well, and then I've got Aidan Godfrey looking to make a move as we get through the right-hander. It's very, very tight racing. Godfrey's on my outside here. He's going to try and make it stick up the hill through the left-hander, and I'm going to have to concede. And wow, we have tumbled down the order there. Really unfortunate. But there's a big hit up ahead. Massive shunt. We get out of the gas to just try and weave our way through. Other drivers, not so lucky. Another car off to the left-hand side. That was Stefan Holman. He just passed me a few seconds earlier. Now he's in the barrier. So, no time to reflect on that just yet. We will check out a replay, but there's more action going on up ahead. Drivers side by side and a car off to the left-hand side. Rejoining. That slows Vieg down. I'm able to get past. Wow, this is all action here, as you might expect, in a junior Formula car on iRacing at Road America. It always guarantees action somehow. Despite losing positions there through the opening lap, we're still in the midfield, and I don't believe I'm carrying any damage, but I might be about to lose one of those positions back. Viegas got a good run on me here. He's down my inside. Again, I'm just not going to defend aggressively at this stage of the race. Let's then take a chance to look back at that huge incident on the start-finish straight. It's all caused by Cooper Sloan, who was one of the front runners, losing it through the final corner. He then gets collected by a couple of drivers, including Tino Alvarez, who has a massive shunt. And it's all because he just ignores the fact that there's smoke ahead, that there's a yellow flag. He piles in at full speed, and that escalates the incident hugely, and he's not the only one. Remember I said Stefan Horman was in the barrier? Well, I was wrong. I was going off my relative board. In actual fact, he kept it pinned and ended up in the pit lane. Just what he deserved for very reckless driving there. And then finally, we gain one more position. This is Alex Westphal just being too optimistic. Heading into T1 there, he clips the car ahead and he's into the gravel. We rejoin the live action then on lap 3, and I'm running in P13. We've got Joshua Vieg up ahead, and he is putting the pressure on Marco Deutscher too. So we're still within touching distance of the top 10 here as Vieg is down the inside of Deutscher, heading into the very tight left-hander here. And look at that, they've come together, and that has put Deutscher out to the right-hand side. What on earth happened there? It looked like Vieg just did not give him enough space. We'll find out why on replay. He gets up on the curb, he loses the car, he tries to gather it, but it's not enough. enough, and Deutsche is out of this race. We're on to lap 4 then. I'm up into P12. Look at the TV tower. McFarlane is tumbling down the order. He was running, I think, in P3. He's now in P7. So it looks like something has happened further up the road. Are there going to be more chances for positions here as we come through the final corner? And yes, look up the road. There's McFarlane peeling into pit lane. So I'm going to be up into P11 here as we fast forward onto lap 5, and Vieg is now attacking Sergio Lopez. They're side by side coming through the end of this lap. They're slowing each other down here. That is playing into my hands fantastically as we come through the final corner. I might just be in the slipstream here of Lopez. In fact I am, and I might actually be getting a double toe as Joshua Vieg is up ahead of Lopez. Lopez though is going to be fighting back here into T1. It looks for sure like they're going to be side by side heading into the corner. I've got to be really careful here, but maybe I can follow Lopez through. Let's go into the braking zone here. Oh, look at that. They've come together. I had to open up the steering. I'm into the gravel trying to keep hold of the car, and I'm just able to do it, but I've lost another ton of time. That was so close. I think there was contact there between Vieg and Lopez. That just meant that I had to open out the steering as Lopez's line changed through the corner. There was no room for me there. That was split-second decision making at high speed. I got away with it. And as we get back onto lap 6, I am now challenging Scott Horwell. Horwell got past me there as I was recovering from the gravel trap. Sergio Lopez just 1.3 seconds up the road, so it cost me a few seconds that, but I'm still in contention here, and actually I'm going to be shaping for a move on Scott Horwell here into T1. I've got to get my act together now. It's worth taking a few risks, so we're down the inside, we carry more speed, and we're well clear when we get to the corner exit. So that's one position back. I'm up into P12 once again as we come through the right-hander, but actually I've made a bit of a mistake through the corner there. If Horwell got his corner right, then he will have more speed down this very long back straight, and actually you can see him closing in my mirror here. I haven't gone defensive. Will that be a mistake? As we head into the braking zone, Horwell's going to stick his nose down. He's not leaving me any space at all. We're squeezed right out onto that runoff area. I'm able to hold it around the outside. I do pick a 1x up though, but let's take a look back at all of that action. See if Horwell did squeeze me out of room there. First, here's the overtake down the inside into T1. It looks as if Horwell saw that coming and wasn't going to try and challenge around the outside. Here I am, stuck on the outside. Oh, look at that. He does run me out of space. Let's see what happened there, because maybe he clipped the inside curb as well. As we saw Vieg do early in the race, he did. He was just trying to keep control of the car. Thankfully, I anticipated it, and there was no harm done. As we roll forward onto lap 7, another car out to the left hand side there. That's Christopher Lees. He passed us on lap 1. He's made a mistake there through the right hander, so we've gotten another position back. I'm up into P11 as we get forward onto lap 8, and I am slowly but surely closing in on the rear wing of Lopez up ahead. We got a message from the spotter there that there'd been another incident at that corner. It doesn't appear as if we've made up any positions. I think it was Coates, and he's got back running again, but my attention is firmly fixed on Sergio Lopez up ahead. He locks up slightly through the final corner. Am I going to have enough momentum to try and get alongside? It feels at this point as we climb the hill to cross the start finish line again that I'm going to be too far back, but I am closing in hugely in the draft here. It's going to be marginal, but I'm going to go for it. We're getting into the final stages of this race here. We've got to make a move here down the inside, and yes, we're going to get to the apex first. He tries to hang it around the outside, but there's just not enough grip and momentum around there, so we've gotten up into the top 10. That has felt like it was being massively far away for big sections of this race, but finally we're up into the top 10, and now it's all about trying to consolidate this position. The gaps up ahead look like they might just be too far, given there's not that much time left in this race, but actually I'm coming under pressure again from Lopez. I've got to come to the inside to defend this time. Is he going to try it around the outside? No, he's not. He's going to try the switchback move, and that has gotten him alongside me here as we climb the hill through the left-hander Oh, we're going to be right on the outside. He gives me space. Fantastic racing this. And we've got a third driver joining in from behind. But right now I'm just conscious I've got Lopez alongside me here. We get better drive out of the right-hander, and he's not alongside me into the medium speed left-hander there at the bottom of the hill. And somehow I'm able to hold on. What fantastic battling with Sergio Lopez there as he looked to fight back from that move at T1. You can see he races very smartly here as we get through the left-hander, and then we're going to hop on board with Artur Kochan. He had a prime seat for all of this battle here. Phenomenal side-by-side stuff. Kochan judges it very well too, because he's trying to take advantage and squeeze past Lopez here. He's in my draft. Lopez goes from trying to attack to being on the defensive. He gets it nice and tight to the apex though. Kochan nowhere to go. Unfortunately, this battle would have an unhappy ending. Just a few corners later, Lopez would understeer out into Kochan. Both races absolutely ruined. And as we get onto the final lap then, we're turning the final corner. We made up one more spot as one of the leading drivers ended up damaging his front wing. We passed him as he was nursing his car home. So we're going to come home P9. What a race. Wow. I mean, some of the driving standards a little bit questionable there, but I was able to broadly keep my nose clean, gain safety rating, gain I rating, and bring the car home in the top 10. And when I wasn't stuck in traffic or racing side by side or avoiding collisions, I actually had decent pace. And this new Super Formula Lights car is a wonderful addition to iRacing, but it's not the only one in this new season build. Wet weather is here. If you want to see how it plays out online, check out the video on screen now.